Hello, Lenawee County. My name is Bryan Vish, and this is the WLEN Evening News. The NAACP of Lenawee is hosting an event celebrating Juneteenth, an important day in American history that commemorates the end of slavery in the United States. This year's event is taking place on Saturday, June 14th, from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Maumee Street in downtown Adrian. Jeanette Hennigan, president of the NAACP of Lenawee, said in a press release, quote, "Juneteenth is a powerful reminder of the journey toward freedom and the resilience of those who paved the way. We're honored to host this celebration and bring our community together in unity, reflection, and joy." The celebration will include a live R&B funk performance by Toledo-based award-winning cover band Distant Cousins. Activities for children include a bounce house, games, and giveaways. The Boys and Girls Club of Lenawee will host a variety show during the event as well. And Felicia George, an author from the Michigan Notable Book Tour, will be present to discuss her book, When Detroit Played the Numbers, that was released in March of 2024. For updates on more entertainment and activities set to occur for the Juneteenth celebration, follow the Lenawee County NAACP branch on Facebook. Adrian residents are once again pushing back against the city's proposed bike loop, calling the current two-way design outdated, unsafe, and out of step with best practices. The downtown Winter Street bike loop project drew heavy criticism on the June 2nd commission meeting. Several speakers, including cyclists and advocates, called on the city to rethink the two-lane bidirectional design, citing safety risks and flawed planning. Critics said the current layout creates dangerous intersections, counterintuitive lane navigation, and choke points that exclude families, casual riders, and people with disabilities. A resident and cycling advocate presented a redesigned layout more than a year ago, including detailed intersection diagrams and lane realignments. He said his feedback submitted through the official survey, followed up with emails, and shared at open houses was largely ignored. Instead, the city advanced a version that citizens claimed failed the basic usability test. In field trials with locals, the resident said not a single person navigated the city's current design correctly. His plan? A switch to unidirectional protected lanes, wider paths for social riding, and protected intersections modeled after national and international standards. City staff acknowledged that changes discussed at previous meetings weren't fully implemented in the latest drafts. A follow-up meeting with the Smith Group design team is now scheduled to address concerns before the final drawings are brought back for approval. However, staff also warned that modifying the plan too late could risk losing grant funding, a claim public comment disputed, pointing instead to months of delayed action as the real issue. This isn't just a fight over lanes, it's a debate over who public infrastructure is designed for, and whether community input is being taken seriously. Final approval of the Winter Street bike loop is expected at the next commission meeting, with updated plans anticipated beforehand. The Lenawee County Health Department is once again participating in the annual Vector-Borne Disease Surveillance and Prevention Program in collaboration with the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. As part of this ongoing public health initiative, LCHD will collect and submit mosquito and tick monitoring data to MDHHS. This data will also be used locally to inform and protect the community from emerging vector-borne disease threats. This year's surveillance efforts will continue to focus on identifying populations of potentially invasive species of mosquitoes, which have the ability to transmit viruses such as Zika, and monitoring for blackleg tick or deer tick, which are capable of spreading Lyme disease and other tick-borne illnesses. All residents can take simple, everyday precautions to protect themselves against vector-borne illnesses that can be transmitted through mosquito and tick bites. Residents are advised to use an EPA-approved insect repellent, wear long sleeves and pants when weather permits, get rid of mosquito breeding sites by emptying standing water from flower pots, bird baths, kids' toys, or pools and tires. Submit a tick pick to the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services to have an expert help identify what kinds of ticks you find, or download the tick app to show you how to avoid ticks and tick-borne diseases. Find more information about emerging vector-borne illnesses at michigan.gov/emerging diseases. Eastern Michigan University has ended partnerships with 2 Chinese universities tied to China's military, following pressure from Congressman Tim Walberg and John Mulliner. The move comes after the lawmakers who chair the House Education and Workforce Committee and the Select Committee on the Chinese Communist Party sent letters in February urging EMU to terminate relationships with Beibu Gulf University and Guangxi University. Both institutions are linked to the Chinese military and national defense apparatus. Beibu's Maritime College trains wartime reserve forces for the Chinese Navy, while Guangxi supports China's 211 project for national defense development. Both were flagged as high-risk partners in the Bipartisan Congressional Report, CCP, on the Quad, September 2024, which warned that U.S. research could be co-opted to fuel China's military programs in AI, hypersonics, quantum tech, and nuclear research. EMU now joins Oakland University and the University of Detroit Mercy in cutting CCP-linked partnerships, bringing the total number of universities to cut ties up to 7. Other schools include the University of Michigan, Georgia Tech, UC Berkeley, and the University of Pittsburgh. EMU's Game Above College, an NSA-designated National Center of Academic Excellence in Cyber Defense, had previously sent faculty to China for extended collaborations. Congressional leaders argued this risked exporting national security knowledge to adversaries and misusing federally funded research. In statements released after EMU's decision, Rep. Walberg called the move a strong first step in protecting U.S. national security and warned other universities to end what he called dangerous partnerships with CCP-controlled entities. Mulliner echoed that sentiment, saying CCP collaboration gives adversaries direct access to U.S. research and poses a direct threat to national defense. And now, let's look at the weather. For the rest of the evening, expect more scattered thunderstorms. At the 5 o'clock hour, the temperature sits at 82 degrees here in Lenawee County. Overnight, we'll cool down to a low of 67 under cloudy skies, with storms likely lingering into the night. Tomorrow in Lenawee, scattered thunderstorms are expected in the morning, followed by mostly cloudy skies through the afternoon. Morning temps will start around 66, climbing to a high of 72 by midday. Winds will be blowing out of the northeast at around 8 miles per hour, and there's a 53% chance of rain during the day. So if you're heading out, pack an umbrella. Or don't. But either way, you're rolling the dice. Remember, clouds don't care about your plan. Looking ahead to the next 5 days, Friday we have mostly cloudy with a high of 77 and a low of 57. Saturday, morning sun with afternoon clouds, a high of 78 and a low of 56. Sunday, partly cloudy skies and a high near 80, with showers possibly late. Monday, we see a mix of sun and clouds and a high of 76. A stray shower could pass through if we're unlucky. Tuesday, partly cloudy with a high around 75. That's your WLEN weather report. Back to the news. A closeout hearing is scheduled for June 11th to finalize and report on the use of federal grant funds tied to job creation at 101 East Maumee Street in downtown Adrian. The Lenawee County Board of Commissioners will hold a public closeout hearing on Wednesday, June 11th at 1:35 p.m. at the Old County Courthouse. The purpose is to review and finalize the Community Development Block Grant awarded to 101 East Maumee Street. The project, funded through the Michigan Economic Development Corporation, supported job creation at the downtown site, resulting in the creation of 5 full-time equivalent positions, with at least 51% of those jobs going to low and moderate income individuals. Members of the public are invited to attend the hearing in person or submit comments by June 9th to the Lenawee County Administrator's Office, which is located at 301 North Main Street in Adrian, Michigan. Individuals needing assistance are encouraged to contact the Administrator's Office at least 7 days in advance. You can do so by calling 517-264-4508. The waitlist is finally moving at the Lenawee County Airport. 12 long-held hangars are back on the market after airport officials cleared out aircraft deemed unfit to fly. A first wave in a larger plan to make better use of existing space. Tenants with non-operational aircraft were notified that their time was up. The result? A dozen hangars are now free, with new tenants already moving in. Some of the aircraft were sold, others simply vanished. The move is part of a broader strategy tied to new policy amendments and long-delayed rent hikes. Policies that are already prompting turnover and revenue growth. The airport still has 40 people waiting for hangars, plus 4 waiting on office space. Officials praised the results, noting the balance between enforcement and flexibility, as long-term tenants were given a chance to either get flying or get moving. Ken DeZora says more cleanouts are expected later this year. Combined with rising rents, the airport hopes to free up funds for new equipment and possibly future hangar construction if demand holds. Lenawee County's 6 public parks are now officially open for the summer season, offering residents daily access to hundreds of acres of outdoor recreation from 8 a.m. to dusk through Labor Day. County Administrator Kim Murphy shared the news following Memorial Day weekend, noting that the parks, spanning a combined 419 acres, are all ready to welcome visitors for hiking, fishing, picnicking, and enjoying nature. Murphy said in a press release, quote, "These parks are a true community treasure. Whether you're exploring scenic trails or relaxing by the water, they offer something for everyone." Highlights include the historic charm of Ramsdale Park and the peaceful shoreline of Iron Lake Park. Murphy emphasized the county's commitment to keeping the spaces clean, accessible, and inviting for all. A new survey shows that 41% of young people in Michigan would prefer to build their careers in their hometowns rather than move to major cities. The Your Free Career Test survey of over 4,000 respondents highlights a shift in priorities, with flexibility, work-life balance, and staying near family outweighing the traditional appeal of urban life. Remote work is a major factor. 65% said it makes them more likely to stay in or move to a smaller town. Only 2% said being in a big city was a top career goal. Sanjit Sandhu from Your Free Career Test said, quote, "Young people aren't abandoning ambition, they're just redefining it. Remote work has cracked the old model wide open. Now you don't have to choose between career growth and staying close to the people and places you love. You can have both." When asked where they'd live if all jobs paid the same, rural areas, small cities, and hometowns split evenly, showing that success no longer depends on moving away. The Michigan State Police Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Division, or CVED, is inviting the public to experience a behind-the-scenes look at how the commercial vehicles are inspected and monitored across the state. 3 open house events will be held this summer at MSP way stations, providing visitors with an up-close look at the duties of motor carrier officers, uniformed armed personnel who enforce traffic safety laws and inspect commercial vehicles for safety and regulatory compliance. Attendees will have the chance to meet MSP CVED officers, observe live vehicle inspections, explore career opportunities, and even try the physical agility test on site. The event aims to raise awareness about traffic safety and attract applicants for the 28th Motor Carrier Officer Recruit School, starting January 2026. For more details or to explore a career as a motor carrier, visit michigan.gov/MSP-jobs. And finally, the Weber Retreat and Conference Center is offering 2 upcoming events focused on reflection, personal growth, and spiritual development. The first is a silent directed retreat, running from 2 p.m. Monday, July 7th, through 1 p.m. Friday, July 11th. Attendees will have dedicated time for prayer, quiet reflection, outdoor exploration, and participation in daily liturgies on the Adrian Dominican Sisters Mother House campus. Each participant will also meet daily with a retreat director for personal guidance. The cost is $180 for commuters, $325 per person for double occupancy, and $450 for single occupancy. Meals are included for on-site guests, and lunch is provided for commuters. The second event is a one-day workshop titled Life's Interruptions, Frustrating Disturbances, or Holy Gifts, set for Saturday, June 28th from 9:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Facilitated by Sister Janet Scheffler, the workshop explores how to navigate life's disruptions with grace and purpose. The $45 registration fee includes lunch, and sign-up is required. Both events will take place at the Weber Center on the Adrian Dominican Sisters Mother House campus. Attendees can access this campus via East Siena Heights Drive, using the entrance between Adrian Real Literacy Center and the Solar Carport. Registration, again, is required and can be completed online at webercenter.org by calling 517-266-4000 or by emailing webercenter@adriandominicans.org. Limited scholarships are available. And that's it for the WLEN Evening News. We'll see you tomorrow, Lenawee. Have a good night.